Naturalization records will be done in 2 videos. This is part 1, and it will cover Declaration of Intention records. What is naturalization? It is when a person wants to become a citizen and the process they must go through to become a citizen. Most often, it is the husband who is applying for citizenship, and the wife and children become citizens along with the husband. This is not true today, as each person must apply for their own citizenship. In some cases, when there was a marriage and the husband was a citizen of the United States, the wife would become a citizen. Again, this is not true today. In March of 1907, Congress passed the Expatriation Act, which decreed, among other things, that U.S. women who married non-citizens would no longer be Americans. If their husband later became a naturalized citizen, they could go through the naturalization process to regain their citizenship. But none of these rules applied to American men when they chose a spouse, a foreign spouse. This is not true today. Women do not lose their citizenship by marriage to a foreigner. Naturalization took place in the town, county, state, or in federal courts before the 27th of September 1906. After this date, all naturalization records were to be sent to the federal courts, but it took a while for all the lower courts to follow this mandate. Before trying to find naturalization records in the different courts, it is best to search online and see if you can find your ancestor in this way. I have a great-grandfather that was naturalized in Wisconsin. I've yet to find his naturalization records, but I hope in time that his records will be indexed and made available online. The time factor for becoming a naturalized citizen. The person must have lived in the United States for at least 2 years. After 2 years, the person can fill out a declaration of intention, sometimes known as the first papers, and file it with the court. After 3 years, they can fill out a petition for naturalization, the second papers. Sometimes they look exactly the same as the declaration of intention. It has the same information. A lot of times, the second record just has a little bit of information, not much, just their names and the dates and where they were from. And lastly, they are granted a certificate of citizenship. Usually you can find the declaration of intention and the petition for naturalization with the courts, but the certificate of citizenship was usually given to the person, and so you would have to find that in their records if it's been kept. Looking for naturalization records, there's a few things to know. 1, know the person's name and watch for variations of the name. Looking at different records can help you find variations of a person's name. 2, where they lived in the United States, as this is where they would apply for citizenship. Census records can help you find and identify where they lived. 3, approximate time they came to the United States. The 1890, 1900, 1910, and 1920 census give information on immigration. If they are not in those census years, then identify when they first showed up in the census. You then know that they came to the United States sometime during the previous 10 years. So what might you find in these records? 1, the person's name and variations of the name. You may already know the name, but it may be spelt differently. The date and place of birth. Family members, such as wife and children. When they arrived in the United States, and how they came to the United States. In this video, I'm going to show you how to find a declaration of intention, and you will probably find out how to find other naturalization records. So we're going to go to search. There's 2 different ways that I know of. We can do catalog. We're going to go to Greene County, Kentucky. We're going to look for online because when you're sitting at home, you want to be able to find things from home. And you will notice here they have no naturalization records. So you're not going to find it here. Doesn't mean they don't have them. You're probably going to have to go to the courthouse in Greene County, Kentucky. So let's try another one. Let's do another search catalog. Okay, let's try Erie, New York. That's on the top. Okay, and online search. And here we have naturalization and citizenship. Now I clicked on both of these, I think. Let's do this one, naturalization records. And we have an index, and there's different records here, but what we really wanted, and this is what you need to pay attention to, let's just go back. Let's see if hopefully it takes me right back. Yeah. Alien declarations. So those are what we want, and they have an index 1835 to 1891 and 1892 to 1906. So you're going to go in here to the indexes. I haven't looked at this, so I'm hoping I can figure this out. So here it tells us okay, Arla will do the first one. It's in book 2, page 17. So let's see if I can figure this out correctly. We will go back to, and we want volume 2, so we're going to go here. This says right here 1 through 4. Now hopefully I should have done this before because I don't like searching too much, but that was probably volume 1 and this is probably volume 2 right here. So page 17, let's see if we can find page 17. There's 12, that'd be 13. Oh, there's 12, 13. So here is 17. Adam Schneider. There was an Arla, I think it was. John Wirtz. There it is, Arlia. I think that must have been it. Christian Arlia. So that's how you would find it. And let's see the declaration of Christian Arlia in Buffalo County of Erie. I do solemnly swear that I was bona fide by the intention to become a citizen of the United States. So this says he went to court on March 4th, 1835. So you find his name and when he wanted to become a citizen, and he is from Germany. That is all you're going to find out on this one. So let's go back to search records or catalog. Let's try Los Angeles, California. Let's see what they have online. Okay. Naturalization and citizenship. Two different things. So here's declaration of intention. So let's go there, see what we can find. So on this, there's no index at the beginning. It says 1927, 27 to 1928. So these are later, not really early, but let's give it a try and let's look and see what we find there. This is what I have found in, looks like, this is the type of declaration of intention you want to find. It says, gives his name, his age, color, complexion, his height, his weight, eye color, hair color, distinctive marks, where he was born, and he was on this date. That's when he was born, 1887. It tells where he currently resides. Okay. His wife, and it tells that she was born in Victoria, Mexico, and she resides at the same place he is. He arrived at the port of El Paso in the state of Texas. So, and then it gives the date, 23rd of March, 1927. So that is what you want to find. So if you have an idea of the time period and where they came in, where you think they might have come in, then this is where you're going to look. Okay, let's go back. I want to find another. We're going to search records. And I am going to do, I can't even remember now. I think I did naturalization. Yeah, that's what I did. And then Idaho. There was two different ones, and I did this one here. So you just have to try a few different things. So now when we're doing records, it says browse all of these records. Now I could put in a name, but I want to show you how to browse the records. Okay, and I did Logan. And here we see they have Declaration of Intention and Petition for Naturalization. Let's search here. Okay, it looks like they have an index. And they do. So you can look for the name alphabetically, so you can just either go from page to page, or you can minimize it, and then you can see where it looks like it starts. And here's a Declaration of Intention, Patrick Joseph Barry, and it gives the court that he went to. Actually, this is one right here, Declaration of Intention, so we're not going to get much information there. And then we've got this one here. Again, not a whole lot of information. You get the person's name, and that he was from England and Ireland. This one is from Great Britain. He is from Belgium. Let's go to the next page. Okay, England. Belgium. I think that's the same one as we just looked at. Yep. Okay, so this person's from New Zealand, Prussia. Anyway, so you get an idea that you might find a lot or you might not find as much. And down here, don't forget to look at down here, you can find the name, naturalization date, and the place of naturalization where somebody has indexed it, and you can see that. If you can't read the handwriting, you can look down here. Okay, that's all I want to show you for now on that, and then I will probably do another video on the other naturalization records. I just want people to look. This is the first thing that they did, was the Declaration of Intention, and some of them you can find quite a bit, and other things not as much. Thanks for watching. How did Charles H. McDonald come to the United States? By train. How did Louis Sundom come to the United States? By ferry. How did Walter F. Hearst come to the United States? On horseback. How did Hans Ludwig Bjorn come to the United States? By the vessel Lucitania. The Lusitania was a British ocean liner. It began sailing in 1906. It was the largest ship in the world at the time. Hans traveled on the Lusitania in 1909. He was very blessed because the ship was sunk by a German U-boat on May 7, 1915. 1,198 people lost their lives. This was one of the factors that started World War I. You can imagine how he felt when he found out what happened to the ship he traveled on. Okay, I want to show you one more thing here. This is a declaration of intention for, and I think it's Paul, P-A-U-L, Marinus, or P-O-U-L, P-O-U-L-S-E-N, Paulson. And so I was wondering if he was in a family search. This is not my family, I just found this, but the interesting things here is it says that he's from Denmark. He gives his birth 1883, and he's living in Arco Butte County, Idaho. He's from England. Well, it says he was born in Denmark, but he immigrated from England, and he came on the St. Paul. Okay, and then his my last foreign residence, this is where he lived in Denmark, so that is a good thing. You could look that up. I am married, and his wife's name gives her name, and she was born in Para, Brazil. So I thought that was interesting. So he did this in 1918. He's applying for citizenship. So I thought I'd try to find him. I typed in Paul Marinus Poulsen, and I think this is the same date, 26th of July, 1883. 26th of July, 1883. So I'm pretty sure that's the correct person. There's his wife's name, Anissa Marie. I think there it is, Anissa Marie. So I have the right person, and I went to his page with the details on it, and I looked up sources, and I looked up 1818. It's in chronological order, and this record is not in there. Sometimes you can look at the bottom because they don't have a name or a number on them, a year. So that record is not there, and so you say, well, let's look at it again. But it says you can't click here to attach it. So how do I get this record as a source? Well, we have the source. Well, I'm going to show you one other thing. Sometimes you can come over here to Family Search to search the records, and sometimes it will come up, and then you can attach it. You click on their name, and then it comes up over here, and you say attach the record. But as I look down here, I found different things. This is a military draft, 1917 to 1918. That one's already attached. They show you that it's attached. And let's see, let's go down here. Here's a passport application, 1917. The name is close, but it's North Carolina. Here's a naturalization, 1911, but it's Illinois. This is attached. That could be the one that's already attached. There was a passenger list already attached for him in I don't remember the date. Okay, so I just don't see it here, and if I kept looking, maybe I would find it. You can continue to look through 245, but that would take me too long. And I don't know how to, there's not naturalization, it says residence, but using this, I really couldn't use that to find it. Oh, maybe I could find it, image number or digital film number. But I already have it. I'm not trying to find it. It's saying, anyways, I'm going to show you what you can do. There's probably other options, but I would put it in my source box. Add to my source box. And then you can change this. You don't need to have this big old long thing here. You can delete that. And it says county naturalization. And then if you want to put more information in there, you could. And I would save it. So then I would go back to Paul, sources, I would say add a source from my source box. And there it is right there. So I click on that and I come over here and I say attach. Okay, this is Paul's naturalization. Let's just put declaration of intention record. Okay, so now we come back over here to Paul. Let's see, go over here. I got a little lost there, and I go to there's sources, and it's going to come up down here with no date on it. So I'm going to add the date. It was 1918, and I could put up here. See, I explained that. I don't know where that explanation went. So I am going to put on here 1918 Declaration of Intention. And this has to be standardized. So you click the space bar till that little thing comes up and then say save. And now that record is there. And now hopefully somebody doesn't contact me because my name is now there. But now that record is there. So I just wanted to show you how to get some of these records if you can't just attach the source to the person, that you can put it in that way. Happy hunting!